Kubernetes versus Docker Swarm. Kubernetes and Docker Swarm are two container orchestration tools that help manage and scale containerized applications. In this part of the course, we compare the features of these two tools to understand their similarities and differences. As already outlined, Kubernetes is currently one of the most popular container orchestration frameworks. On the other hand, Docker Swarm was very popular during the previous decade, is still supported, and included in Docker Engine and Docker Desktop releases. However, Swarm is in a maintenance mode. This means that while it is still shipped, receives security updates, bug fixes, and remains fully usable for production, there are few new features being added. This mode ensures stability for existing users, yet enterprise development and most new features are now centered on Kubernetes. Swarm remains relevant for simpler use cases, small DevOps teams, or those who prefer its straightforward model compared to Kubernetes. It continues to provide clustering, rolling updates, and security, and users can still rely on it for critical workloads. Architecture comparison. Kubernetes. Kubernetes follows a master worker architecture, where a cluster consists of a master node that manages the entire cluster and multiple worker nodes that run the containers. The master node includes various components such as the API server, controller manager, and ECD for managing the cluster state. Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm also follows a master worker architecture, similar to Kubernetes. However, Swarm uses a more decentralized approach, where the workers communicate directly with each other without relying heavily on a central orchestrator. Scalability comparison. Kubernetes. Kubernetes provides excellent scalability features. It allows you to easily scale your applications up or down by adding or removing worker nodes from the cluster. Additionally, Kubernetes supports auto-scaling based on CPU or custom metrics, ensuring your applications always have the necessary resources. Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm also offers scalability options but may not be as powerful as Kubernetes. Swarm uses a more straightforward scaling approach, where additional replicas of services can be deployed to handle increased traffic. However, it may not have all the advanced auto-scaling options available in Kubernetes. High availability comparison. Kubernetes. Kubernetes has built-in features for high availability. It ensures that your applications are highly available even in the event of node failures. By using replication controllers and pod scheduling, Kubernetes can reschedule containers onto healthy nodes automatically. Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm also provides high availability by allowing multiple replicas of services to be deployed across different nodes. If any node fails, Swarm ensures that the services continue to run on other available nodes. However, the failover process may not be as robust as Kubernetes. Networking comparison. Kubernetes. Kubernetes offers a highly flexible networking model, allowing network communication between containers across different nodes. It provides a range of networking plugins such as Flannel and Calico to implement container networking. Additionally, Kubernetes supports load balancing and service discovery out of the box. Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm provides an overlay network that allows containers to communicate with each other across nodes. It uses the Docker networking stack, including IP routing, DNS, and load balancing to handle container connectivity. However, the networking capabilities provided by Swarm may not be as extensive as those offered by Kubernetes. Storage comparison. Kubernetes. Kubernetes provides various storage options, including local storage, network-attached storage (NAS), and distributed storage solutions like Glusterfs and Ceph. It allows you to define persistent volumes and claims for applications with stateful requirements. Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm supports the use of persistent volumes, similar to Kubernetes. However, it may not have as many built-in storage options as Kubernetes. Swarm can leverage external storage solutions, but the integration process may require additional setup and customization. Community and ecosystem comparison. Kubernetes. Kubernetes has a vast and active open-source community, making it one of the most widely adopted container orchestration tools. It benefits from a large ecosystem of third-party tools, integrations, and support from cloud providers. Additionally, Kubernetes has an extensive set of documentation and resources available online. Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm also has a significant community, but it may not be as extensive as the Kubernetes community. However, since Docker Swarm is part of the Docker ecosystem, it benefits from the popularity and support of the Docker platform. In conclusion, both Kubernetes and Docker Swarm are powerful container orchestration tools that offer different features and advantages. Kubernetes excels in scalability, high availability, networking, storage options, and community support. On the other hand, Docker Swarm provides a more simplified and seamless integration with the Docker ecosystem, making it a good choice for users already familiar with Docker. Remember to choose the tool that best aligns with your requirements and expertise, considering factors such as application complexity, scalability needs, storage options, and community support. Ultimately, both Kubernetes and Docker Swarm are capable solutions for managing containerized applications, and the final decision depends on your specific use case.